Our path is one.
This is Raven coming at you. In this video, I want to show you how to do your set dungeon for your monk Sunwuko'S set, the Monkey King grab. Now this dungeon is pretty big, and let me show you the map here. And the best way to do this dungeon is when you first come in, is wipe out all this big area. Try to come down here, just go around, come back up the best that you can. You'll have to figure out your way, but save this long part for last. Get this big area out of the way, because if you get way down here and you got, say, one monster up here and you got to come all the way back up, if you ain't got enough time, you're not going to make it. It's just a big area. It's not one of the easiest set dungeons to do either. Now this is not the easiest dungeon to do, but there's a few skills that you put on that makes this a lot easier. And the whole trick to this is cool down and cyclone strike and dashing strike. Let me go show you what I got in the queue.
I need to go back.
But it's about cooldown where you can use dashing strike, cyclone strike where you can bunch all the enemies up. Of course, I got the Ring of Royal Grandeur, reduce the number of items. That way I can use these boots where you can move through the monsters without worrying about getting stuck. You can use whatever pair of boots you want, but I like to use these. It helps out a lot. And then of course the crown for more cooldown, Ingoon for more cooldown. Of course I got a diamond in my helm, and you want to wear the belt for sweeping wind. That's really going to help you out a lot because you got to keep that up at all times. And the ring, or the rings, the ring of the Zodiac reduces the remaining cooldown on one of your skills by 1 second. That gives me more cooldown. And convention of elements, of course. Of course, with my regular build, this is just set up for the set dungeon. I use different rings and stuff. But let me show you the skills. Of course, you want fleet-footed, where you can move quicker, increase movement speed, and then 20% more cooldown. Reduce all cooldown by 20%. Harmony for resistance, and then to increase spirit. Exalted soul. It's all about cooldown, spirit, and you want this in implosion, where you can pull enemies in and group them up. And then of course dashing strike, the way of the falling star. Gain increased movement speed after using dashing strike. That helps a lot, where you can jump around, because if you get a big group and you're trying to get them, it helps to jump over to the other group, where because you only got 6 seconds, so you can get that done. But you might want to adjust your skills around, because I've went in there and messed all up, because I kept hitting wave of light, which was, it's just a habit after playing. When you're trying to do the set dungeon, you don't want to hit wave of light. That'll mess you all up. You want to keep spawning cyclone strike when you group enemies up. You can use wave of light to, after you get 2 objectives done, and clean up the monsters. But the rest of these are just about spirit generation. Gives me more spirit. Marthra healing also regenerates spirit. Mystic ally, air ally, gain spirit. Sweeping wind, you gain spirit. It's all about spirit, cooldown, and pulling your enemies in, grouping them up. And then where you can jump around, dashing strike, to get to the other groups. Let me show you where this is at. This is in Act 4. You gotta go to Act 4 like you're gonna kill Diablo. Go to the Silver Spine. I already got a portal. The Pinnacle of Heaven. That's where you gotta go. Just like you're gonna kill Diablo. It'll be right here by the Crystal Arch. Be this big room here. And you go in the corner. And Dungeon of the Monkey King Grab will show up. Dungeon of the Monkey King Grab. Maintain sweeping wind for the duration of the dungeon. And you got to keep that up at all times. Because if you lose it, you gotta do the dungeon all over again. You might have to do it 2 or 3 times before you actually even get it anyway. Because it's not the easiest one to do. You just got to get used to the style of playing with the cyclone strike. Once you do it a couple times, you should be fine. But if you get this here, use your decoys to hit 20 different enemies in 6 seconds. That's the main one. The sweeping winds is not too bad to keep that up. You just push the button every once in a while to keep it up. But this one here is the main one. You got to get that to complete it. And we want the mastery. So we want to complete both the objectives and kill all monsters within the time limit. Let's see what happens. You got to get sweeping wind up. I got it up.
Your strength fails. It cannot be done.
And this is a big area. You want to do this area first. You want to try to get this area done first.
I feel faint.
That way you don't have to come back to the monsters.
One strike through me. This cannot be done. Not enough spirit.
Big area done. Make sure I ain't got no monsters left. Go back over here and make sure I got that. Okay.
I will not do that. Your strength fails.
But if you got to get this big area first.
The storm breaks.
That's the key. You don't want to have to come back. Because it's such a big area, if you got to come back, you're in trouble. I need a big group.
Ha! A vicious strike.
One more group. Big old group.
What you ask is impossible.
Need a big group. Now I got to kill the monsters. Still got a minute. There it is. It's not the easiest dungeon to do, but you can do it. The key to it is the cyclone strike. You got to have that to group your enemies up. But it can be done. It's, like I said, it's not the easiest one to do. But once you get them skills just right, you can get this done. It's not that bad. It's just getting used to the skills and rearranging your skills where you hit the right button. Because when I first did it, I kept hitting the wrong button, the wave of light. And then if you get in here and you kill a whole bunch of monsters with the wave of light, that just messed you all up. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. This is Raven. This is Raven out.